Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, 9's, coming to you live from Berlin, Germany. Just finished the video with forklog in Russian. So those of you that speak Russian, head on over to forklog where we just completed a video. So that was great. I was sitting in a nice area. I wanted to go to a different coffee shop on the other side of the river. I may still do that. I still have some time before my flight. Headed to Iceland in a few hours. So we're gonna try and do this video real quick. Maybe I'll head over to another coffee shop if I can, charge my equipment again. I don't really have plugs here. Wait, maybe I do. I should have checked. Ooh, wow. Give me a second here. I'm about to test something. We're about to test if I can charge my computer here. That'd be amazing. I have no idea. I'm about to find out. Ah, damn it. Nope, not happening. Nope. No power. It was a plug, but no power. All right. So we are dealing with limited, at least the bandwidth is good. We are dealing with limited battery life, and we may or may not be joined by my fellow traders that you have seen on this channel. I shot over the link, but I don't know if anyone's around. And yeah, let's go to screen share. Let's see what's going on. Oh, I don't have tonebase.com open. Maybe we'll get to that a little bit later. Let's let that load. Let's go to the charts. Let's just go straight to the charts. I'll keep an eye on. I don't think Leah's awake, but maybe Tyler is. Maybe he'll join. He's been doing videos every day. I'm like 8 videos behind now. I just don't have the time. Like I used to watch every one of his videos back when they were once or twice a week. And now that they're daily, like I don't know how you people have time to watch all of my videos and all of his videos, but more power to you. I wish I can find the time somehow. I do have some long flights coming up, so I've downloaded all the videos. Maybe if I watch them at 5x speed, I'll be able to get them all done. I don't know if YouTube allows that. Anyway, look, I'm still waiting for what's going to happen on October 5th. I still don't know if that's going to be a swing low or a swing high. At this point, either one can happen. I was really looking for a swing low off of the weekly 9. I was looking for the swing low to come in off the weekly 9, take us down to that $4,000 area for a really good buy the dip scenario around October 5th. This morning's action is showing signs that Bitcoin will be going higher. We do need a couple of more days. We need, when we start zooming in on a weekly chart, let's go ahead and just do that. Oh, Venzen's here. Hold on a second. See if we can get Venzen in here. Did I do it right? I didn't kick him out, did I? There he is. I don't hear him. We see him.
Hey there, Tone.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. You analyzing already?
I am. I'm kind of limited on battery life here. Sitting right on the riverbank in Berlin, so it's great. Should have wanted another cup of coffee, but where are you? Oh, I know where you are. That house looks familiar.
Yeah, indeed. So I'm sitting here in Krabi at the resort we like, and I've been here for about a week.
Oh man, are you there? Are you there with your students, or are you just by yourself?
I'm just by myself. I've got a class scheduled for next month. Yeah.
Oh man, I missed that place. By the way, I just did my workshop here in Berlin, and a couple of guys were actually interested in what you're doing over with your little boot camp. And I still haven't. Once I get back to the U.S., I'm gonna put get the website up and running for our mutual boot camp, which is going to be very, very interesting towards the end of the year. But
looking forward.
no real details on that one yet, guys, but they are coming. They are coming. All right, let me go back to the charts real quick. Um, I'm gonna keep this video short. I'm gonna try and get to another coffee shop. Maybe I'll run another video where I'll take a look at traditional markets as well, which are still closed. So I'm on a weekly chart. I was just talking about the higher level weekly chart, and I was really expecting a bigger correction of the weekly 9 setup. And this was a double 9, and these double 9s, like the back-to-back, immediate back-to-back 9s, have been great top calls in the past. Across all markets, actually, I've been noticing. And we did get a significant correction, but well, let me scratch that. We did get a correction that wasn't significant enough. And once again, the market is going up what appears to be in an unsustainable way. So according to the rules of sequential, it's pretty straightforward, right? Look, we had a 9, we consolidated or pulled back for 1 to 4 candles, and then we had a green 3 go above a green 2, but this was a very weird environment because in this environment, Tether kind of like, had their issues with the US government. Now we're in a similar...
Just to interrupt, you're not sharing your screen, by the way.
Oh, my bad. Thank you.
Sure.
Good looking out. All right, here we go. So we had a decent top right here of the doji candle, rejected by the setup trend line with a 9, and the Fibonacci within spitting distance, right? That is 4 points of like basically 4 reasons for the price to reverse: the not being able to break setup trend, a reversal candle, a 38% very critical Fibonacci, and the 9 sequential. That is 4 critical reasons to get out of Bitcoin in this area. 2 weeks later, 3 of the 4, actually, okay, let me rephrase that. 2 of the 4 are no longer concerns. The setup trend line has been broken. The 9 has played its course of a 1 to 4 candle correction. Now there's 2 more points to go, and they are both at exactly the same level. We need to break the Fibonacci, and we need to break and we need the green 2 to go above a green 1 that got preceded by a 9. Okay. Now, in order to break that 4th one, right, all we need is for the price to start trading above 9,400, and we are at a green 2 above a green 1 that followed a 9. In order to break the Fibonacci, we actually have to close above it. So we do need the end of week to close above the 94.42 area. Until we do, there is still a possibility that the price will reverse. But like I said in the last video, I was really looking forward to the Fibonacci line being a critical rejection of Bitcoin 3 weeks ago. Now that we're back at that level, it's no longer as strong of a resistance as it was before, okay? So at this point, the chances are Bitcoin is going higher, okay? And it's ticking higher. At this point, it looks like it wants to go higher, and it's going higher. Can it reverse any minute? Yes. Is Bitcoin overdue for a 30 to 40% correction? It is grossly overdue for a 30 to 40% correction. Will I ever be comfortable with the rise in Bitcoin prices if it doesn't have a 30 to 40% correction? The answer is absolutely not. I will never be comfortable with the rise of Bitcoin until I see a correction that damages people's portfolios. Until I see that, I will be concerned for this unprecedented rise in the price of Bitcoin, because I don't see too much changes in the underlying protocol. It's getting better, but not better enough to justify this enormous rise. Talking to Willie Woo, haven't talked to him in weeks, but a few weeks ago, he was very certain that this rise is not supported by volume on chain. So this is a very speculative rise, and speculative rises fall as fast as they rise, if not faster. Then Zen, let's get your overall thoughts on the market real quick.
Tone, that what you're saying is exactly what I'm feeling. Well, I say feeling. It's like there's so much emotion here, and there's no significant pullback, and it keeps on pushing higher, and it's like, why? It's the volume is thin. It just smacks of speculation that is not sustainable. I agree, but then again, uh, exactly as your method is, my method's the same. If there is a signal, you got to take it, right? And funny enough, in terms of moving averages, you had not a moving average, but you had a set up trend line. I think it was at 8,200, right? And
A little higher than that. It was at 8.8, almost 8.9.
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So well, I had a significant moving average at 8,200. And when price pushed through it, like me and my group, we got a signal plus the break of that trend line, and we just got in, right? And it was like, this thing can go down. That was the feeling. Like it can go back down to, what's that level there? 6,000 is a potential retracement level. 4,000 is potential retracement level, but it just doesn't want to do it. So we got to take the long trades when they signal, right? What is interesting now is whether it's going to hit 10,000 or whether we are going to be bouncing now in anticipation of 10,000 later.
Yeah, you see, Vincent, in the last bull run, 10,000 meant absolutely nothing. Bitcoin didn't even pause for 3 seconds. It blew right through it. It wasn't supposed to do that. I mean, a 10,000 round number is supposed to be very, very relevant to the human psychology. Will it blow through 10,000 again? We don't know. I have a feeling that it will slow down this time. But this is okay. So here's one more thing that I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I want to throw one more piece of thing in here. Because unlike Van Zandt, I am not constantly sitting in front of the market. Sometimes I go 12, 13 hours in a row without even glancing at a Bitcoin chart or its price. Because of because of the way I am not able to watch the price like a hawk, it is impossible for me to make a bullish recommendation in a market that is overdue for a critical correction. It is just more dangerous that way. Now, if I felt we were in a true bull market like I did in 2016 and 2017, it would be different. In those times, the safer trade was always to the upside. This time around, caution is the safer trade, or no trade is the safer trade right now, because I do think it's due for a correction. Now, like I said, I took a bullish trade from 4,000 into 5 and change. After that, I didn't have a bullish trade to sell because I'm a longer term trader. So I sold a piece of my hodl at 7,000 and a little over 7 or around 7. And I was happy to do it. Now, the next time I was going to sell was at 9,400 if it got there a few weeks ago. I had another chance. So maybe if I'm back in the States and in a couple of weeks and I can sell Bitcoin at 9,800, I'm happy to do it because I think I will get a chance to buy it all back cheaper. Now, you don't have to agree with me on this. But if I was sitting in front of the market and I had the ability to get out of a bullish trade quickly, I'd be a little bit more eager in taking on bullish scalps. But as far as a swing or a position trade in Bitcoin, a retirement portfolio style position trade in Bitcoin, I'm not touching that until I see a big enough pullback so I can buy the dip.
I agree with you about that, because there is not enough evidence here. There's not enough technical, there are not enough technical factors backed up and stacked up for us to say this is bullish and it's continue. In fact, what we're seeing is the opposite. We're seeing something that is dangerous. We're seeing thin trade not correcting properly, pushing higher. This is a concern for anybody who's saying that they're bullish, because this can go wrong any minute. Right here we are back at 9,300 again, and the top is just at 9.4. So obviously the market's reaching for that 10,000. Will it reach it now or in a month's time? I don't know. But
Ideally, ideally, we got 3 more days, right? I mean, the 7 a.m. New York time, we got 12 hours in the current candle to go. We're on a 6 of 9. We blew right through the sequential 13. This was something that we sent out in the notification service. By the way, are you in that? You're in that group, right?
I'm in that. I see that. Yeah.
What do you think about it?
There are so many. Tone, I don't want to discourage your followers and whoever might be interested in it, but everyone is not in my case. I don't hold US dollar accounts. In other words, I cannot participate in most of those trades in instruments that are not crypto. Right.
Well, Van Zandt, in the future, right, once this is more automated, people sign up based on what assets they can actually trade, and these things are emailed to them. So it's not actually going to be a Telegram group in the future. If you only trade Thai stocks, you can sign up and pay for the notification for Thai stocks, and it's automated to your email.
All right, that's good to know. So what is useful to me now, because I'm only trading the cryptocurrencies that are available at BitMEX, is that it's so often happened to me that I would get there would be a top and a reversal, and the way my system works is I get the signal, I get a close after the market is topped, and then I would go back and look at your indicator or watch a show and see, oh my God, there was a 9 in the 4 hour, or there was a 9 in the daily. I could have moved my stop loss much more liberally. I could have been more aggressive with the stop that gets me out of that trade. So this is why the notifications are useful to me.
Yeah, and again, in the future, it depends how much we're able to automate versus how much I'm willing to pay for human labor. And that there might be Telegram groups based on asset class, right? Like, hey, here is a Telegram group for crypto top 20. Here's a Telegram group for US equities. Here's a Telegram group for the notification for commodities. It depends on, or here's one for FX. It depends on what you're trading. I mean, I do want this to be useful to the world outside of crypto.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, so just a quick word on the sequential 13. It's a beautiful reversal candle, but guess what? There was no follow through because the TD setup was pretty strong. And when you have a reversal candle like this, it's only useful if the following day starts trading below this candle, which it never did. So prices are rising, and if you're in a bullish trade, great. If I was in a bullish trade right now, I would be comfortable with a bullish trade for 3 more days until it got me to a 9, and then we'll see what happens on the daily 9. Because guess what? These 9s, they were fairly useful here on a 4-hour chart. Bitcoin topped on a 9. This is 8 a.m. UTC time. The 8 a.m. UTC time 4-hour candle was another one of these double 9s that was fairly relevant. And guess what happened in the first hour of that candle? The first hour of that 8 a.m. UTC candle was itself a 9 that broke down hard. So if you were in a bullish trade going into yesterday, 8 a.m. UTC time, which is 8 a.m. UTC, that's about 6, 7 p.m. over where you are, Van Zandt, in Thailand. And
no, actually, it was about 3 in the afternoon. Yeah.
Okay, I was close.
That red candle, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good indication to tighten up your stop losses on your bullish trades And looks like if you got back in, you had a 1 to 4 candle correction on a 4 hour, and beautiful. Now, if we break out above 9,400, I think we can get to 98, 99 fairly quickly.
Yeah, 90. That's what I'm also feeling like. 98, 99. I'd be wanting to take some profit, because is it going to blow through 10,000? Well, you just don't know. It might do, but what are the chances, right? Everyone is looking at 10,000 with wide eyes.
Yeah. And look, and I'm being consistent here. I don't mind selling another piece of my hodl at 98, 99. And because, like I said earlier, I think I'll be able to buy it back cheaper.
Yeah.
And if I'm not, it's okay. I'll find something to do with the money.
I'm sure you can. You know, a lot of people don't understand. I'm glad that you're not putting up the comments, the live chat sometimes, because the trolls, they're always saying, "Oh, he's selling part of his hodl. Like, how stupid is that?" But what these many people don't get is that guys like you and me, we're getting paid in Bitcoin. We're not going to live our lives, which require fiat all over the place, if we don't sell sometimes, right?
Yeah, no, completely agree.
We make Bitcoin income. So at some point you got to sell it every month to cover expenses.
Not to mention taxes. Well, a little higher in my case than yours.
Yeah, my tax situation is so different. Okay, so another interesting thing, just by the by, I haven't looked at moon phases. I've not cared about them because the signaling has been very consistent in my method. So I've not considered the moon phases, but today is a full moon. The fact that we got a massive pullback yesterday and then support, and now we're pushing to the highs again, makes it look like this full moon is not a reversal. And therefore, your idea that there's at least 3 more days of advance and perhaps 9,900, it seems to all fit together. It seems to fit. Full moon today.
Hey, we got a couple of good comments since you reminded me that there is a live chat going on. Maybe I'll throw this one at you first, Venzen. Are you ignoring Backed, Fidelity, and others? Do you think the price push is based around this hype?
The short answer is these things do not determine price direction. They do not influence the price. You know, I was looking at Elliott Wave analysis yesterday, and they showed that the 9/11 attacks happened at the time that the market was in a bear market already, and there was a spike down on the day, but there was a subsequent low and then a reversal a few weeks later into a bull run, right, after 9/11. So these things in themselves do not cause price to go up or down. It's the speculation that is causing price to go up, and these things are merely in the background. They are concurrent to a bull trap. They're part of the bull trap. They're not making that. That's my answer. How's that?
I'm pretty much with you now. People are saying, "Are you like? What are my thoughts on Backed and Fidelity?" My thoughts on Backed and Fidelity that I don't think they're doing anything innovative nor interesting, right? So maybe I have a different view than most people. Like when the CME futures came out, that was something new and different. There is nothing that Backed offers you that doesn't already exist. There is nothing that Fidelity offers you that doesn't already exist. All that Backed is doing is selling you Bitcoin once a day. That's it. That's all that Backed is doing. It's a once a day settlement buying of Bitcoin. That's it. Coinbase, if they knew what they were doing, if the CEO understood Bitcoin or believed in Bitcoin, if they had their shit together, Coinbase could deliver you Bitcoin any time of day. Backed will deliver you Bitcoin once a day. How is that an improvement over Coinbase, other than Backed actually, has real developers and might actually have someone at that company that believes in Bitcoin and not, let's say, BitConnect. Fidelity is not doing anything new. All that Fidelity is doing, it is helping financial institutions buy Bitcoin and is holding it for them. Fidelity is a cold storage facility for regulated institutions. Again, interesting? No. Innovative? No. Will it increase the price of Bitcoin? Maybe, if institutions actually come in and buy Bitcoin. Okay. So, are people buying into that these things are more important to the world than they are? Maybe. I don't know, right? I Unfortunately, due to my travel schedule, I don't have much time to really think about these things. I am just looking at the TA, and based on my 15-year experience of trading stocks that I didn't even know the names of companies of using TA, I will trust my TA skills and not have my TA ability be clouded by things I may or may not know. And I have no idea if Fidelity or Bakkt will ever actually start doing the shit that they've been promising to do, because it's not easy doing either of those things. Bakkt has been delayed a dozen times. I have no idea if it is or isn't going to be delayed again. And what happens if Fidelity gets hacked by end of year, right? Like, these things are not easy. So I am generally ignoring Fidelity and Bakkt for all of these reasons combined.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like your reasoning there. I feel the same way. It's uninteresting. It's not innovative. In fact, what it does is it's creating custodial risk. It's a hack. It's an implosion waiting to happen. And furthermore, this stuff. I think what is sometimes driving it is the popular myth. What makes people pay attention to these ETFs and big companies, well-known companies getting into Bitcoin is perhaps the mistaken belief that it's that that adoption is driving price higher, which I know most people sort of intuitively believe. I see a lot of videos online where guys are saying, "Oh, it's a simple matter of stock and flow. The stock flow ratio of Bitcoin can only go up." It's speculation, guys. That's what's driving the price. I don't think that any of this fundamental analysis, any of this adoption, is what is driving price. It is purely speculation.
all right, we have another good question that has nothing to do with the price, but I do want to talk about it. Then Zen, I'll let you go first, and then I'll give you my thoughts. Are you for or against the blocking of Satoshi's coins through a soft fork?
I'm not. I think Satoshi should get the benefit of his innovation and his million Bitcoins. I've got no problem with that.
I'm with you. I am against the blocking of Satoshi's coins with a soft fork. Now, even if Satoshi no longer likes Bitcoin and wants to try and crash the price of Bitcoin with his 1 million Bitcoin, I will say, great, my 1,500 price target will eventually become true.
Yeah.
The only legitimate argument for the blocking of Satoshi's coins, actually, I'm sorry, there's two legitimate arguments. Um, One of the legitimate arguments for blocking Satoshi's coins is that they are in, very old accounts. And, as quantum computers get better, his accounts may not be quantum resistant. And the government could potentially crack his encryption. And that becomes borderline dangerous if the government gets its hands on 1 million coins, for free. So that's a legitimate argument. I'm going to hold off on people a lot smarter than me in their knowledge of quantum computers to see if this is an actual legitimate threat. And even under that legitimate threat, I would say have at it. Maybe the government will get the 1 million Bitcoin and they'll find them useful and they'll hodl them and, uh, create a stronger nation. I don't know. Like, good things can come out of this, right? Now, the good things coming out of it are unlikely, but I'm going to hold off on that 1% chance. Now, the
Yeah.
only other,
And I quickly add to that,
yeah,
I would rather be in favor of a soft fork that reverses that cracking of his private key. Um, well, the cracking of his public key. I'd rather support a soft fork that reverses that than be preemptive and say, in case, let's do these kind of nervous soft forks. You know.
no, I'm kind of against it because and this is the problem with Bitcoin, right? Like Benzen, you're for it, I'm against it. There'll be another hard fork, right? I mean, that's what will happen. There'll be two Bitcoins again, right? So uh, it's the only other argument we have is that, I mean, we all know Craig Wright's not Satoshi. Let's like all joking aside, right? But there is a legitimate argument that while he's not Satoshi, he was connected enough in the early days that Satoshi is dead and Craig Wright has his encrypted keys. And what happens if Craig Wright is able to break the encryption along with all the hash power he has through Calvin Ayre's money in order to get his hands on that 1 million Bitcoin, which I actually think is significantly smaller. Now, in that case scenario, there's two problems, right? One, Craig Wright has 1 million Bitcoin. The other problem is Craig Wright will convince the bigger the bigger minority of stupid that he's actually Satoshi. So that's a two-pronged problem. Even in that case, let him have it. Uh, Screw it. Bitcoin will be fine. So I am generally against the censorship of other people's money. This is what brought on Bitcoin to begin with, guys. Don't
Yeah,
forget
to
that.
begin with, that's the entire point right there. Is a money for the people. That's decentralized consensus. Yeah, I just too. I like your stance there. Craig Wright is not Satoshi. This is obviously anyone who's done their homework. Um,
No, he's not. And I see the comment about Bitcoin motorists. Craig Wright's not Satoshi. He probably didn't do anything in the early days with the code, but there's like there's enough there that he was connected enough to the space of Bitcoin in 2010. And considering all of his connections, I would not be surprised if he has a decent amount of Satoshi's encrypted keys somehow through some kind of
yeah,
means. Again, go read the entire
pretty
Kleiman.
evident that he's
Yeah, go read the entire Kleiman versus Craig Wright lawsuit. Like there's
Simon. There we go.
yeah, there's enough there to suggest that Craig Wright has old Bitcoin that he just can't decrypt.
That's right. He's a liability, and he's the kind of personality that is dangerous, in this space. So, yeah. But even then, if he can somehow do that and get 1 million Bitcoins from Satoshi's private key, then let him have it.
Well, guys, the most important part is this. Unlike Ethereum and which is not proof of stake yet, but unlike Ethereum and all the other shit coins, having more Bitcoin does nothing other than make you rich. In every other project, having more of that coin earns you more coin. That's it. It's that simple. The more coin, especially in a proof of stake system. Like if Bitcoin was a proof of stake system and this happened, I would be out. If but in a proof of work system, just be like Saifedean likes to say, just because the other kid has more toys doesn't mean he gets to create more toys with his toys. Like that doesn't work that way. All right. Anything else you want to say here? My battery is going to run out soon. I haven't gotten into any traditional markets. I think we covered our views on Bitcoin fairly well up to this point. I don't have much else to add. Any thoughts on Litecoin with its halving coming up, Van Zandt, from a conceptual view? Though we could also talk about the TA.
I don't look at Litecoin at all. Some of my clients trade it, and good luck to them. I just don't care. I mean, what I see there is that TD sequential. You've got 2-3
Look
more
at this.
updates. Yeah, and
Yeah, well, look at
perfect.
this 9 combo 13 right there, and a beautiful
And the
3
next 9, yeah,
pullback. Yeah, I mean, and you have a
beautiful.
9 coming up in a couple of weeks, right into the halving. I think it's coming in August or something. Um, and this is versus Bitcoin, and there it is, topping on 9 again, bottoming on a sequential 13. I mean, the notification service is going to be very useful. Litecoin daily is going down, and it's now gone past its 4 candle correction. So now I am looking for a more substantial pullback versus Bitcoin to see if we can catch a 9 on that. What about conceptually? What do you think about the Litecoin halving? I mean, I remember you discussing like this kind of stuff with Adam back in 20, what, 12, 13?
2016, no, about 2016, when the whole debate was going on, the scaling debate. And with Litecoin, I pretty much hold your view that the project is doomed to fail. There's nothing special. There's nothing innovative. It's just a speculative shitcoin, right? And this halving, people are trading a textbook as previous halvings have been traded. What will be interesting is to see it go down after the halving or into the halving. And I'm wondering whether that's going to be a precursor, a something that we can learn about for the Bitcoin halving, because I don't think that coming Bitcoin halving is going to behave like previous halving.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Just a sense. I don't know. Yeah.
if Litecoin is gonna end up running up in price into the week of the halving, I might actually take kind of trade. I might short the shit of Litecoin on some of our, some of our exchanges that we like to use.
Yeah. Some of it, yeah. Litecoin is uninteresting. Ethereum, which it provides a sort of a good way of trading Bitcoin, of profiting in Bitcoin, because Ethereum just kind of copies Bitcoin, doesn't it? So right now it's not moving along with Bitcoin. It's wallowing. It's wallowing. What it tends to do is pop up. I think Ethereum is a little bit more interesting than Litecoin in that the profits, the size of the moves in Ethereum are bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a shitcoin. It's a project that's going to go to zero. Right?
All right. Well, we're coming close to an end here. Maybe we'll have a few closing comments. But once again, hey guys, check out tonebase.com. I am starting to run out of workshops because I'm scaling back significantly on in-person workshops. We are moving to webinars. The next webinar will cover entries, exits, and stop losses. It'll be July 14th. I will then be in Dallas, and then you still can buy the old workshops for on demand. If you want to support, you heard Van Zen mention BitMax. I am now a little more impartial to Deribit, even though not every jurisdiction can trade there. Please check their list of where you can trade. U.S. customers are not allowed, and neither are several other countries. But if you are eligible, based on your residency, to trade at Deribit, please go ahead. Use the 10% discount link. Also, other affiliate codes if you want to support. If you're curious about where I'm going to next, check out the calendar. I am on my way to Iceland, though there's nothing actually going on there. But I'll be there for a few days, and then I'll be at PorcFest, and then out in San Francisco. All right, guys, and you can also check out where I am the following month, and I will keep you posted on those. Haven't filled anything out yet, so we're a little behind. All right, guys. Van Zen, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, great interview with the guy from Paxful, by the way. That is a really useful service. I'm so glad I saw that, because I went straight. I've left local Bitcoins alone, and I'm now using Paxful.
Oh, great. I hope you use my link, my affiliate link, buddy.
That's what I'll be doing. So if people, you said that some traders in
Whoa,
Germany
you're breaking up, Van Zen.
Sorry, you were saying that some traders in Germany are interested in the work that I do in the workshops I offer. If people are interested in that, they can have a look at cryptocurrency.net.
Yeah, guys, check out cryptocurrency.net. I can go and share the site real quick. I didn't get what you said before, but like I was saying, I hope you used my affiliate link for that Paxful.
That's what I'll be doing for
us,
sure.
us,
Anyone should.
us,
That's a great service.
us broke content creators need to monetize somehow. So cryptocurrency, not trade cryptocurrency, right?
Yeah, just cryptocurrency.net. .net. Thank you. So yeah, the Paxful is really useful. And uh, coming back to the point we made earlier about having to sell Bitcoin out of necessity because this is what we earn, and so many of our expenses are in fiat. Um, yeah, people should understand that. You know, many people also don't understand why we're traders and then we are content creators and monetizing our lives. Um, because probably they're working for a salary or they haven't got a job, and then they think that, you know, the inconsistent income you make from trading from the market um, does not also need you to have other passive forms of income, right? Jeez, man. Jeez.
Yeah. No. Oh, hey, I have a correction. I have a friend of mine from a mining pool. I don't really want to say the name. Is yelling at me saying quantum computers cannot hack Bitcoin. All right. So there you go. So we don't have to worry about quantum computers hacking Bitcoin. Contrary to all the fears out there, I really thought that, you know, with quantum computers you can break, you know, a password. You can break an encryption if it's not strong enough. You're not going to break Bitcoin, obviously, but just breaking someone's private key, I thought is more likely. But looks like even that's going to be incredibly difficult, even if it's a 2009 private key.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay,
the
Tone. So
quantum
yeah, there's my
computing
website.
field
There's everything people can see about what the course involves. The entire schedule of the course is there. The venue, I'm sitting in that exact house, actually. Yeah. And my endorsements. You and Adam is all I need.
Awesome. All right, man. Hey, Van Zen, thank you so much for joining me. And hopefully we'll be on again next time. Hopefully enough people stuck around as I am correcting myself over the quantum fears. I need to do a whole podcast on the fear over quantum computers because it is getting a little out of control. I don't have a great fear of it, but many people do. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Thanks again, Vincent. I'll see you soon,
Thanks.
man. I gotta come to Thailand later.
Good luck on your travels. Enjoy the Iceland.